A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. Here we are back with our NTA UGC NET paper 1 preparation for upcoming examination, that is September 2022. And we are going to see in this particular lecture teaching aptitude quick revision MCQs, where we have taken as stretch 30 MCQs, and this will help you to understand what exactly your preparation is, or whatever revision you have done till date, whether you are able to recall those questions. So all this will be clear with the help of this first revision video. Tomorrow we will be having a second revision video, and then we will be having our live classes, which will be starting soon. That is from 19th of August. Our live batches will start, wherein we'll take a quick revision of all the concepts in order to prepare yourself best for your upcoming examination, that is your September 2022 cycle. Now, yes, before we go ahead, what is Global Online has an offer to do? The Global Online has a crash course for paper 1, which consists of daily live lectures, PDF notes on all the topics, last 10-year question papers, test series, which is comprising of 2,500 MCQs, which you can download with the help of Global Online app, or you can also ping us on the WhatsApp number. The fees for the same is 3,500. You have to download the app. You have to ensure that once you download the app with the help of Google Play Store, you have to register yourself with the mobile number. You will be able to see this interface. Once you buy the course, you'll be having this interface where you can access the content, which you have in the form of unit-wise syllabus folders, which consist of theory lectures, MCQ lectures, notes, mock test, and evaluation test, which will give you one platform in order to revise your paper 1. At the same time, we have also paper 2 notes and MCQs available, which consist of the following subjects. In this, we have added one new subject, that is philosophy. So all those students who are from the philosophy subject can get the notes and MCQs available for paper 2, which is at a cost of 1,500. And you will definitely get this with the help of contacting on the given WhatsApp number in order to access the notes and PDF. Now, yes, we are going to see the questions for today. Questions, basically, total questions for teaching aptitude will be consisting of 5. Total number of marks will be 10. So let's see with the first question. As I said, this is a little bit a quick round of your revision. So you are expected to ensure that these 30 questions are, covered with a given time, so that you can understand what is your preparation level. So which of the following is not an aim of continuous and comprehensive evaluation? So when we talk about continuous and comprehensive evaluation, the following is not a aim: to access every aspect of the child during the presence at the school, to maximize the stress on children, to produce learner with the great skill, make assessment comprehensive and regularly. So following is not the aim of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. From the given, the aim is not belonging to comprehensive and continuous evaluation, which is a combination of actually formative as well as summative assessment. So the one which is not the aim of a continuous and comprehensive evaluation, which is very easy to come out with. So definitely in any education system, or in any teaching learning system, we will definitely not give any stress to the children. So maximize the stress on the children is not one of the aim of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Then we have the characteristics of formative and summative evaluation. That is, there is a list of formative and summative. You have to identify the characteristics of summative. So the first point is evaluation at the end of the instructional unit. Second is the purpose to evaluate the student's achievement. Third is to monitor the learning process. Fourth is the purpose is to improve students' learning. Next is to evaluation is done during the learning process. And next it considers evaluation as a product. So from the given list, from the following list, which of them is not which is the characteristics of summative, not formative? They have asked us to list out the characteristics of summative evaluation. So evaluation at the end, the purpose is to achieve, monitor the learning process. Purpose is to improve the students' learning. evaluation during the learning process, and considers evaluation as a product. So which of them is, the characteristics of summative evaluation? So codes are given. You have to highlight the codes and tell the right answer. So yes, the right answer is option number 1, that is at the end. Summative is a cumulative form of evaluation which is done at the end. The purpose is to evaluate the student's achievement, and the next is to consider evaluation as a process. Point number 3, monitor the learning process. Point number 4, to improve the students, and evaluation during the learning process. These all are the characteristics of what? These all are the characteristics of the formative evaluation. Next question we have is, which of the following is a desirable characteristics of evaluation process? Desirable. So all are there, but which is the most desirable characteristics? Lengthy, occasional, comprehensive, rigid. So from the given list, whether it is lengthy, whether it is occasional, whether it is comprehensive, or whether it is rigid. So from the list, which is the characteristics which is a desirable characteristics of evaluation process? So the one which is a desirable characteristics of evaluation process is comprehensive. It means which includes everything. So it is inclusive of everything, and it is a part of what? It's a part of the evaluation process. Next we have is diagnostic evaluation ascertains what? So now the next type of evaluation they have given is diagnostic evaluation. So whether it is students' performance at the beginning of the instruction, cause and remedies of persistent learning problems, degree of achievement, or learning progress and failure after instruction. So which of the following is the diagnostic evaluation ascertains? So from the given list, which comes into, which comes as a diagnostic evaluation. So the one which talks about the diagnostic evaluation is the diagnostic. It means to find the cause as well as remedy. So causes and remedies of, persistent learning problem during instruction is one of the characteristics, or you can say it, diagnostic evaluation ascertains this. Now, next is your question number 5. So question number 5 is the match the following. So you have to match the following list from list A to list 2. So like list A talks about CGPA, SGPA, CBCS, and CCE. So these are all the types of evaluation. So whether it is students average over the semester, students overall performance, continuous evaluation frame, the systems that allow to choose between different courses. So which of them is talking about matching list to list 1 to list 2? So yes, so from the given list, okay, or from list 1 to list 2. So yes, CGPA, it's nothing but it talks about students' overall performance. HGPA is the one which talks about students' average performance. CBCS talks about the system that allows to choose between different courses. That is choice-based choice-based credit system. And CCE, that is nothing but continuous and comprehensive evaluation, which is a form of continuous evaluation. So this is your match column 1 with column 2. Now, I know that, see, these questions which we are doing, as I told you, I have taken this revision n number of times. This is just to check that as the exams comes nearby, if you're not doing the revision, it do happens that, your mind tends, to forget it. So this is to check your recalling part. So it will be a bit faster. So you have to catch up the speed. As I said, we have done this n number of times. Okay. Now, question number 6 talks about Mr. ABC, that is a person ABC who is pursuing MSc course, has chosen to study modern language Indian literature from the language department under CBCS system. So which course that modern Indian literature represents? So whether it is elective, core, foundation, or optional. So from the given list, it indicates what? So whether it is elective, whether it is core, or whether it is foundation or optional. So yes, from the given list, the one which is chosen under the CBCS system is nothing but it is called as, it is the evaluative system. It is the evaluative system which is followed under the CBCS system. Then question number 7, we have a tool. Which of the following is a tool under formative assessment? So now we have a question on formative assessment. So if you want to conduct a formative assessment as a teacher, which tool you will be using, whether it's project, whether it's quiz, whether it is standardized test, or whether it is achievement test. So for the formative evaluation, the tool which will be used will be called as what? Will be called as quiz. So quiz is the one tool which comes under what? Which comes under the formative assessment. Now, Which of the following is the role of a teacher in a pre-active phase? So we know that is pre-active phase, active phase, and post-active phase. So there are 3 phases. So from the given list, planning the content, selecting the evaluating learning tool, analyzing the evaluated result, which comes under the pre-active phase. So whether it's option number 1, whether it's option number 2, or whether it's option number 3. So the one which comes under the pre-active phase is nothing but option number only 1, that is planning. So planning is a part of what? Planning is a part of a pre-active phase. Now, question number 9, which of the following statement is not correct during the evaluation? Whether it is testing the student, whether it is to determine the effectiveness of the program, to motivate the students, or to identify the problem hindering achievement of goals. So from the given list, which of the following statement which is not regarding the evaluation, not, so it does not come as a part of what? It does not come as a part of evaluation. So whether it is testing the student to determine the effectiveness, to motivate the students, or to identify the problem. So one which is not the part of the evaluation is to identify the problems that is hindering the achievement of goals. So to study the problems or to list the problems, which is a part of what? Which a part of goal. Okay, in order to have achieve the set goals. Now, which of the following features are of summative assessment? So which of the following features are from the part of what? Summative assessment. Highly structured formal process, ongoing and flexible evaluation, evaluates the end result and not the process, or opens the communication and focus on growth, means to evaluate the outcome. So which of them is not which of them are the features of summative assessment? So they have given the list, they have given the code, so we have to tell that which code stands under summative. So I've just told you about summative. Summative assessment is a cumulative assessment which is taken at the end. So from the given list, which matches as the summative assessment? The summative assessment talks about highly structured formal courses, yes. Then it talks about evaluation at the end, and it talks about means to evaluate the outcome. So this comes under what? This comes under the following comes under the summative assessment. Then assertion, first 10 questions are over. We still have left with 20 questions to go. So those who are lacking bit behind, still you can catch up the speed and get it done. So let's see. Formative evaluation tends to accelerate the pace of learning. Reason is, as against summative evaluation, formative evaluation is highly reliable. So formative, the assertion and reasoning, whether they are correct, whether the reason is right, okay, or whether the explanation is right, so which stands among the correct list. So yes, when we talk about the statement assertion, it is correct. Formative evaluation tends to accelerate the pace of learning. Whereas R, that is, the statement, which is as against summative evaluation, formative evaluation is uh, highly reliable. So yes, the statement 2 is, incorrect. Now, when we talk about the next question, that is option, a recent education reform proposed by UGC. So UGC has proposed education reform which talks about uniformity in evaluation system. So whether it is CBCS, CGPA, SGPA, or SSCA. So which of them stands, which of them is a part of what? Which of them is a part of education system which has which promotes or which seeks uniformity? So the one which is among them is its CBCS. So the one which has reformed the system is nothing but it is called as CBCS. Now we have list 1 and list 2. So list 1 talks about formative evaluation, the evaluation methods, formative, criterion, reference, summative, and norm reference. And list 2 is about the reasons. So that is the description. So formative, we have list 1, formative evaluation. We have criterion evaluation. We have summative evaluation, and we have norm reference evaluation. So which stands among given criteria? So when we talk about the options, that is option answer number B is right. Formative evaluation is the one which talks about evaluation which is carried throughout, it is continuous. Criterion evaluation is one which is against the specific standard. Summative evaluation is one which is basically at the end of the course, that is, it is cumulative. And norm reference, it is individual in comparison to others. So yes, this is basically the type of evaluation process when it comes to the description. Then we have, which of the following is not included in the benefit of computer-based testing. So when we talk about computer-based testing, which is not included, more frequent testing opportunity, decreasing candidate reach or data rich results, or streamlined logistics. So from the following list, which is not a benefit of computer-based testing, which is which is odd man out. It is frequent, it is decreasing the candidate reach, data rich results, or streamlined logistics. So the one which is, yes, the odd man out is, decreasing the candidate reach is not the one which is a benefit of computer-based testing. Next, we have assertion and reasoning. Okay, so assertion in the content center method of teaching. Emphasis is laid on clarity and careful analysis. Whether the reasoning talks both teacher and student can alter the content according to their wish. So, which is assertion and reasoning. So, what about assertion and reasoning? Whether assertion and reasoning stands to be correct or the explanation is correct. So, when it comes to selecting the question, selecting the right answer. So, yes, in content center teaching, emphasis is laid on clarity and careful. Assertion is right, but the given explanation, reason is wrong. Both two students and teacher can alter the content. No, both of them cannot alter the content according to their wish. So the reason stands to be incorrect. We have completed now, after this question, we have completed the first half question, that is 15 questions. So definitely the scores should be really impressive, because as I said again, this is a revision series and you should be doing really very best. In fact, there should be student with 30 on 30 as a score. Why? Because this will help you to understand your preparation level and your understanding of your concepts clearance. So yes, this is how it is done. And it should be really 30 out of 30. So let's see, everyone is going to put your scores after the completion of the questions. Question number 16, in which of the following method does instructor assigns people to read books, periodical, or research? So study assignment method, program instruction, or seminar method, or tutorial method? So which of the method talks about what? Talks about instructing the pupils to read periodicals, books, and research. The method which talks about instructing, it means nothing but making them study. So it is basically what? It is basically the study assignment method. Now, question number 17, that is, it talks about teaching is a skilled occupation, assertion, and reasoning is every successful teacher is expected to know the method of teaching learning best. When successful teacher is expected to know the method of teaching learning. So what stands to be, what stands to be correct, what stands to be incorrect? Teaching is a skilled occupation, and from the given list, whether it is expected to know the method of teaching learning. So yes, from the given list, statement A says that A is assertion is right. Yes, teaching is a skilled occupation. Reasoning says that every successful teacher is expected to know the method of teaching learning situations. So yes, B, that is the given reason, is not right. Every successful teacher is not expected to know. Definitely teaching is a skill, and it has been learned by by some skilled people in a skilled manner. Then we have next question is the use of traditional teaching, that is methods, is justified on the grounds of what? Traditional teaching is justified on the following grounds. They're easy to execute. They are effective when the group of learners is homogeneous, or whether they are, economic in terms of time and money, and they do not require to evaluate the teaching skills of teacher, and they are exam oriented. So which of them basically talks about what? The traditional teaching methods on basis of what? So the traditional teaching methods, that is basis of are justified on the grounds of what of the following grounds. So the one which is justified on the following grounds is that is they are easy to execute, they are effective when the group of learners is homogeneous and large, they are economic in terms, or they do not require the skills, or they are examination oriented. So from all the given list, yes, they are easy to execute, they are effective, and they are examination oriented. We are talking about traditional skills. So point number 3, they are economic in terms of time and money. They do not require teaching, evaluate teaching skills, are not the one which is basically used in traditional teaching. Now, we have a lecture method. So lecture method is what? Deductive, descriptive, teacher oriented, or inductive. So lecture method indicates what from the given list, or it indicates what from the given options. So the the lecture method is basically which is, deductive, which is descriptive, as well as teacher oriented. So this is how the lecture method is this is how the lecture method is described. Now, which of the following methods will be more appropriate in the numbers of learners are less? So if the numbers of learners are less, so which of the method will be more appropriate? The group discussion, lecture, tutorial, none of the above. So the method which is more appropriate will be from the given list. It will be tutorial method, because tutorial method is basically appropriate, or it turns out to be best with the out results if the learners are less, because the personal attention is given, a personal way of attention is given to ensure that that improvement is extracted from the students the way it is required. So we have completed 2 phases now, that is 2 phases of questions. 20 questions are completed, the last 10 questions to go. So all the students who are still feeling, you can, those who are on 20 can definitely pay attention for the next 10 questions. Those who are a little bit lacking behind can concentrate on the remaining 10 questions, just to ensure that, okay, that topic is properly, cleared in your revision. Now, which of the following is the feature of a discussion method? Increases student interest, less preparation, results in good learning, group size, or utilizing the student's past knowledge? From the given list, which stands about to a correct option? So yes, that is the increasing the students' interest. Then we have results in good learning, and then we have, utilizing the students' past knowledge. So these are the following features of what? These are the features of discussion method. Next question we have is, which among the following is a correct sequence of micro teaching? So basically micro teaching is done for teacher trainee. So which of them stands to be, the correct sequence, whether it is teach, observe, plan, reteach, observe, replan, plan, teach, observe, replan, reteach, reobserve, plan, observe, teach, reobserve, replan, and reteach. And it is observe, plan, teach, reobserve, replan, and reteach. So form the list which is the correct sequence. So it is plan, teach, observe. That is the planning, teaching, observe. But if it is not as per the expected, so it is replanning, reteaching, and reobserving. Now, next question is, traditional teaching method is what? Back to basics education method. It is all about recitation and memorization, use of computers and laptops as teaching aid. So traditional, they're talking about traditional. So from the giving list, which will come out to traditional? So obviously, without fail, option number 1, that is back to basics and recitation and memorization. These are the one which comes about traditional, and use of the computers is nothing but it is the modern method. Next, teaching method which implies the attitude of students shall be that the one which discoveries are not passive recipients of knowledge. So the teaching method indicates what? Teaching method indicates simulation method, kinestic method, heuristic method, or none of the above. The one which tells about the attitude of students shall be, that of discoveries are not basically the act, not of passive receptance. The one which talks about that is the heuristic method, which is basically the self learning method, and that is the one which is not passive. In fact, the learner is very active over here, the students. Yes, question number 25. Which of the following constitutes the features of lecture method? Suitable for large group, learn through listening, suitable to teach basic and exchange of ideas, and active learning. So the one which talks about, the lecture method from the following list is which options? So yes, it is option number C, that is suitable for a large group of students. Then we have learn through listening, and then we have suitable to teach basic and fundamental topics. So these are the one which are, the form of what, or which are the features of lecture method. Now, which of the following is a teacher-centric method? So it is personalized learning, is it flipped classrooms, is it inquiry-based learning, or it is differentiated instruction? So which of the following is a teacher-centric method from the given list? So the one which is a teacher-centric method is flipped classroom. So that is flipped classroom is one of the method which is basically teacher-centric oriented. Next, which of the teaching methods should be adopted to encourage new and creative ideas? So creative, this is the key word of the question, that is new and creative ideas. So whether it is discussion method, whether it is role playing, whether it is brainstorming, whether it is project method. So when it comes to creative method, what is basically right? So the one which is creative and new is the brainstorming method of teaching. Next, we have list 1 and list 2. We have a learner type and we have learner style. That is reflective, active, deductive, or inductive. So which of them, are the learner type and learner style? So when it is coming to learner type and learner styles, so yes, option number D, that is reflective learning is intro. You have to introspect. Active learning indicates the physical engagement, that is physical participation. Deductive learning indicates, that is taking out from theory, reaching to the individual fact. That is from, you can tell general to specific thing. And when it comes to inductive, it indicates what facts to generalization. So that is from particular concept to a general concept. Now we have the second last question for the day. So here we are almost, reaching to our target of 30 questions, wherein, as I said, you are supposed to update your scores very well, which will help to give an idea whether exactly what is, your revision, and it will help us to understand, okay, why the students are getting, little bit tensed due to nervousness. Easy questions, are they able to crack or what? So this gives an idea. So just from a day after tomorrow, when we are going to start live class, we can take the doubts very well. Project method must be used to judge concepts understanding of the student. Statement 2, that is multiple choice questions must be used when the students are sluggish. So from the given list, okay, what talks about, the statement, whether it is true or false. So when we talk about project method, so sluggish, it means which is, basically to memorize. So no, it is not MCQs. So project method is the one which helps to understand the conceptual, to judge the conceptual understanding, and statement 2 stands to be wrong or false. Which of the following methods relates to the philosophy of learning by doing? That is, whether it is brainstorming, whether it is group discussion, whether it is project, or whether it is all of them. So when it comes to learning by doing, which of them stands to be very correct? Okay, so it is basically the project method, which tells it is, which relates to the philosophy of learning by doing. Yes, and that's all. We have the rapid quick revision round for your paper 1, basically for understanding what exactly is your level of revision and exactly where do you stand when it comes to revision of, all the units. So I've started with first unit, slowly, gradually. Day after tomorrow, we are going to start with the live lectures. So it will help to understand, the concepts very well. Okay. So that's all for the day. Do not forget to put your scores